You look at a player like that, when Ngawe, what have you made of Nkosinathi Sibisi for Orlando Pirates and the national team? Is he the player that we need for Orlando Pirates for us to win the league? Or is he one of the few players laba maningi amachance ukuthi singadliwa because umbobo bazodabla but then Mamelodi Sundowns takes the league through him?
It would be good if he was a little more comfortable under pressure, especially on the ball. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we have to give him the respect to he kept in. You know, it's something that the coach sees in him. Maybe it's not good. And the team must at the ball playing. We can be very critical, and hence what happened at Orlando on Wednesday, where people start getting on his back. You know,
Tito,
never, not Tito.
Oh man,
too much. Tito is a really, really good player, man. I don't know who I can say he reminds me of, especially Warkan, but he's very box to box. For a person that people say is lazy, it's actually crazy. When you look at his,
he's very lazy.
It looks like it, but when you actually stadium, collect or he's tracking back, or even how he pulls an opponent away from the channeled pass.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, cool. Let me pull this guy away. It's not a matter of I was supposed to. If he wins the league from this position that he's in now, he's overachieved. He has done more than what we thought he was gonna do in the first 2 games when you said Magahambi. He has done more.
I did say
yeah. You know what I mean? He's already overachieved in Jam. How many clean sheets? How much domination? Yes, we lost to Kajik Stars. It's okay. It happens. Happens to the biggest clubs in the world. You know, where FA Cup, okay, what happened there?
We didn't even have to win it, to be honest.
You know what I mean? It's okay. We've won 2 trophies, bro.
You being a rapper, it's super bad idea.
2000 and I think people don't know this because maybe I don't say it enough. 2003, you know, John Cena comes out, guns blazing, wearing a baggy top, takes it off, he spits bars. You understand? You remember when he used to diss his opponents, bars? It'd always be like 6 lines, bro. He always do it. I'm like, and that's how I started rapping.
As we all know, Orlando Pirates is a big institution, followed by millions across South Africa, followed by Amantombazana Mahle, followed by a public figure relevant, followed by abom rapper relevant. Agnam repo fevi Orlando Pirates ongena maba. Abanye badlala ku Touchline bapensela abantu bashaya izinto eziserious. That said, bafethu, I am joined by one of the best rappers in South Africa right now, Touchline. Mfana, welcome to Omni Audio Africa and welcome to the Mdu Sibeko show.
Yabonga Jayami.
Otherwise,
that's to finally do it, man.
Mnandi otherwise.
Too much.
I nakubona ushaya cheese number 10. Nyaza ezibhakabhaka zonke uzibona ngo cheese number 10.
Come on. It's a cheese la cultura, mabasho, stratini. Monge komnando ngasonde.
Yeah. Mfana, before we talk about music wakho and everything that you've contributed to South African music, you're a big Orlando Pirates fan, right? And ulidlalile diski nawe mawusho wena uthi bomnandi angithi phela sikubonanga thina bese ngiyaqala mawusho uthi bomnandi bobathatha boyenza izinto ezi right. Let's just talk about you supporting Orlando Pirates before we get into the music. How did it start? And of all teams, I mean, of course, Orlando Pirates is the best team in the country right now. But of all teams, how did you get to support Orlando Pirates? Is it like the Chiefs where uthola kuno madala endlini ufosta umntwana kodwa favorite Chiefs and then by virtue wonke umuntu favorite Chiefs in the family?
I mean, essentially, that's how it starts for every young kid, you know what I mean? Abanye, they're influenced by their friends, but there's always an influence, you know what I mean? That's why you hardly find a favor, maybe the hottest team at that moment, but Inganama fans. It's very rare, you know what I mean? People must respect Sundowns. Sundowns has fans. They like talking like that about Sundowns, but Sundowns has culture. Sundowns is a team from Mamelodi, which is supported by people from Mamelodi first.
Yeah.
It's a real thing, you know what I mean? But as for me, Yaqala Timer vel. Yabo. Timer always been a Pirates fan. He doesn't care so much anymore. Like you know, falls asleep at halftime, goes and sleeps, you know, but I think back then he was a typical Orlando Pirates / you know how Kaizer Chiefs Orlando Pirates fans are. No, if faving is Katis right. I mean, Cheris Kosana times, you know, we had just won ECAF at around that time. also, you know. So Pirates and the national team were synonymous at that time. If you remember how many Pirates players were playing in the national team at the time, you know what I mean. So yeah, mfethu nathi sikhule sibabuka labo McFish, you know, Helman Mkelele, you know, Touchline, obvious. You know?
Yeah.
And yeah, mfethu, the rest is history. Now he has.
And then and there were chances of you actually going pro, but you decided to choose rap. And now you compare a soccer player, you compare them to album rapper. Soccer players, but they live longer. We celebrate them years and years later. You're talking about Ujeris Kosana now. He played way back in the 90s. Some of us you talk about someone like Uchabu Pule, it's Ovilagazi, like Ikamalabo lives years on. And we have a legend as part of Omni Audio Africa, Oprah Jakes. To Steve Lukolia complained once upon a time. The way South Africa treats us sometimes is not fair because we entertain more than musicians. We offer more than our musicians. We change lives. We save our family. Pirates pirates Chiefs mindly. So when we win, it means you could have made that impact. You had the potential of making that impact. You could be amongst the Mofokeng now, going to the World Cup even because you still have the age. So why choose music over football?
You know, the most corny and cliche thing you can say is that music chose you, right? But I think football just didn't choose me. If I'm being honest, you know what I mean. I loved it. I did try my best to go pro. But it just wasn't coming together, man, you know. And on this side, you know, luckily I was always passionate about this rap thing, you know. And there it was more written in the stars, you know. Your first attempt, you see something happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then the second thing you do always also kind of works out. So you start feeling like, okay, cool, I can keep on going. Whereas there was much more resistance when it comes to football.
Yeah.
You know. So that's essentially what happened, man. I would have loved to have been playing football. It was always my first dream anyway.
Football.
100%.
So when who would you compare yourself to right now playing in the PSL in terms of your positioning? As not been a favoritism. We know go to go rap, we compare you to Tito, we call you ambulance, South rap because you've got bars and offensive. Well, obviously you get to live rap.
Yeah.
But if you were to compare yourself to one player right now, who would you compare yourself to and why?
Apollos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just in terms of the intent.
Yeah.
You know, I have that intention. This, like, nothing is more important than going and scoring a goal. You know, so I've got that mindset. And I say Apollos because I relate to him, man. Like Mambuga, it's like, no, let's not do all the silly stuff. It's your core. You feel me?
Yeah.
Obviously I've got a little more flair, maybe Tanul you know, but like I've got a little bit of flair, you know. I'm a skillful guy, but I've always wanted to be decisive. Always wanted to be decisive. That's why I've got so many goals in my career, you know.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a career, but like, shine it.
No, you can call it a career. Angithi niyadlala lama game lawa celebrity nabo Rashid nabo Big Zulu nabo banbane. So we end up watching those a lot. Nabo Junior Kanye nabo Scott Mapuma.
Yeah.
Let's talk about those for a moment. Lama celebrity games lawa, what do they mean to you? Don't they like maybe trigger you kukumbuza kuthi sana mfana? Kahle kahle asibeke ngameli ngigijima ngabe ngishaya amagoli important because last time when hip hop, I think you played against the team yakatira final on SBC 1 and you scored the winning goal.
It was actually the
Maskandi team, right?
The Maskandi team right before the final.
Yeah. Then you scored the important goal, the only goal of the game, and then pushile.
It was 2 goals. It was we scored a goal in the first half, and I scored the final goal in the second half.
So, Maudlala listen to this like Kumbuzi back in those days, and don't you ever feel ukuthi sanfana marang shy flop la? Bekumele kahle kahle focus a good idea. Because as it seems, you're a good rapper. Take that, like we don't take that away from you. But it seems masbona lama video la wakho manje sesinaraying ukuthi sano Touchline umnandi.
Yeah.
Touchline umnandi. And some macabanga music uvela ubone kahle ukuthi sani ifumjita we are investor la.
Yeah.
Fani bafana ina ma goal scorer mfana.
Yeah.
Yabona nhleli phezu kwama talent.
I hear you. In Tebhlungu, I think for me, manje, as a guy that loves playing football, it's just the body, man. Like in terms of the injuries, you know, very injury prone. And I'm like, sometimes I think to myself, and maybe this is gonna sound cocky, but like I'm like, if I was injury free, like, you guys wouldn't be getting close to me. You feel me? But I think it's evident as a person who's playing at like 70% in terms of from a health point of view.
Yeah.
Like, I score a lot of goals for a person who's not 100% fit and strong. I'm not 100% strong, So that always shows me, which I could have really played at that level, man. Like, I really could have played at that level, And it saddens me sometimes, Uti. Damn, man. Mangbuga machita, like you said, mbuga bo Mofokeng, mbuga bo,
Vana wesu Tito wase kaslako.
Tito wase kaslam, Maswanganyi wase kaslam, But I have a lot of respect for Amachita and what they do. Because I'll never sit at home, Niti lawyer in Kom. I could do better than him.
Yeah.
Because there's a reason why I'm going to I don't know what that reason is, but a lot of people by lawyer figure that. And Mama figure that it's not, you don't have a right to say what you in Kom, or like, you don't know that. You don't know how hot he was in his hood. Because there's a lot of that where guys get to the PSL and
yeah. So yamkha mo Tito nyana, ne?
Tito?
PSL.
Never, not Tito.
Oh, man.
Too much. Tito is a really, really good player, man. I don't know who I can say he reminds me of, especially Warkan, but he's very box to box. For a person that people say is lazy, it's actually crazy. When you look at his,
he's very lazy, eh?
He looks like it. But when you actually stadium, collect or he's tracking back, or even how he pulls an opponent away from the channeled pass.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, cool. Let me pull this guy away. He's got that intelligence. It's just that people won't always see it. There'll be 50,000 people in stadium, 5,000 of Lazio.
Let him cook. Yeah.
And when I say Lazio, it's like people that have played.
Yes.
Not to Guti where now Ukulufe Pirates I was not there at 10. Those people are very quick to not see what somebody was trying to do, because they've never been in a situation where they had to try and create solutions at grounding.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. In fact, that's just how it is.
Oh, anazuela of it. Touchline ushama touchline bars. There's 10,000 people at the stadium, 5,000 by Alas. Kaze when you 5,000 or really 10,000, laying was no take at 10. You look at
yes, we want our sorry to cut you. We want to allow with the fans that boo players. You can be frustrated with a player, but if you've ever played, you wouldn't want somebody to boo you when you're in there. You also know the pressure of being in there.
Yeah.
If you've ever played, you understand sometimes it's just not gonna come. It's not gonna come for me today. Like and that's where Pirates has very high standards. Like Manje, a coach lost 2 games in a row. They were saying Magahambi.
Yeah, that's not patience.
If you are lazy, you'll understand it was very difficult for him to get to number 1 on the log. Difficult to win those 2 trophies. You can't feel entitled to that, especially if you've never been in that position before. Yeah, so I'll win my trophy too, but when lost were we number 1 on the log? When lost were we fighting against Sundowns? So how can you say that guy that's put you in that position should go? So then who must come in then?
So when are you happy with his rotation? Does this mean you're happy with the rotation, Yaga coach?
I'm happy with the results.
You don't care about the rotation?
I care about the rotation because it's going to sustain us in the league. That's why I care about the rotation. Every single time, most times when Pirates fans were complaining about selection, they weren't even losing those games. So what is your mandate as a coach? To give people the player that they want, or to get results?
It's to get results. But I think Naming has fucked up the conversation because I was complaining a lot about his rotation. And the reason we are complaining about his rotation is Mvana, we're desperate for the league. 100%. It's been years since Orlando Pirates are winning league. Asfuni my mistake. Asfuni gwinang lucky. 100%. The win against Richards Bay, we take the 3 points. We take us being on top of the league, but it was tough.
Was that not a good lineup?
I still think Moremi should have started.
Over?
Tito. Mofokeng number 10. Mofokeng is the best number 10 we have in the country right now.
Okay. But that's you. Other people say Tito.
What do you say? Tito over Mofokeng.
When I looked at that lineup, I thought that was a strong lineup.
So Tito over Mofokeng as number 10.
No, I would have. Yes, I would have still put because Mofokeng is effective either way, right?
Yeah.
Now, effective as a 10, even on the wing.
Yeah.
Right. I understand what you're saying about Muremi because I really like Muremi on the wing.
Yeah.
You know, we're talking about him off air, but the fact that you can have a Muremi that can impact the game in the second half is also a plus. He won us the penalty. Then the day
ntwana bamshaya ngetsipa bonini akayi bamshaya ngetsipa wadlutshana
yeah, marena makashaban ngamatsipa bafitsa thula.
Hey, lapha bambambile lapha.
And I was at the stadium, you know. I was like, Jayam, you know, because I like him. I speak to him.
Yeah.
You know. But it just happens. It happens, bro. The guy scored 7 goals all competitions. You know, it's tough to get 7 goals in the PSL.
First season, no go
Pirates. First season, go Pirates. I think he's already overtaken what he's done at Amazulu. You know, and he did that first half of the season. So you look at that. You got to look at the graph and see if it's going up or if it's going down. The graph Murim is going up.
And then Yaga coach and it's going up.
100%.
If this guy right now he has all the quality that he needs, coach up Tesla Ouaddou.
Yeah.
I mean, Skulumange Baga because you follow the team a lot and you're a big supporter of the team, right? Mamsanele all the quality that he needs. Every player that comes off the bench makes an impact because Wonkomuntu Funombago starting lineup.
100%.
Should he lose a league? Should he not win the league? We've won MTN8 before. We haven't won a Kalling knockout in a very long time, but we're favorites. Even if it was under Jose Rivero, this season we're going to win it, right? Should he not win the league? What does this mean for him? We have Vaya, or do we keep him?
I don't think it would be smart to Utavai.
But he failed.
Did he though? Because this is why I'm saying this, right? Failed against who?
Le Mamelodi Sundowns ikudala siyatheka, but uJose Rivero we challenge le Sundowns ngabafana be DDC. He did it ngabo Mhankota, abo Mofokeng. He did it ngabo Mbegezeli Mbokazi. There was a point where almost every key player Orlando Pirates was injured, and Rivero had to improvise. But he proved to us, I can fight. Reached the semi-final ECAF, was number 2 in the league, was winning MTN8, was fega ku final for Nedbank Cup. Well, unfortunately, because of what happens between the club and the coach, he decided to leave. Right? Played without Saleng, one of his key players. Kumbola, when he came, he made Fagun overseas man. Mbegezeli Mbokazi overseas man. So for me, that guy was successful. But when you look at this guy now, Ouaddou, I'm fano pete yon quality. Upete twin la kwa police. Petu Muremi, Petu Mahopa, Petu Mbutuma. Le out the way he has so much quality and depth. Was no gutalone out to Mabas. He even benches Okabelo Dlamini. That's how much quality that he has. Don't you think if he doesn't win the league, then it's a failed season for Pirates?
Everything that you're mentioning, Yaga Rivero, is something that spanned over how many years? 4, 5 years? How many years was he at Pirates?
3 seasons.
3 seasons.
Yeah.
That's 3.5. No, it was only 3.
No, it was 3 seasons.
Not 4.
No, it was a 3-year contract. I could be wrong, but if I have my facts.
How many MTN8s does he have?
He's won 3 MTN8s in a row. Then Ouaddou won the 4th one.
Oh, okay, cool. Sharp, that makes sense. Yes, you're right. So it was 3 years. Okay, cool. What did he achieve in his first year?
MTN8, Nedbank Cup.
So equivalent to what Pirates has achieved now, right?
Yeah.
But your point, Manje, is Guti, because of where he has taken the team, Ouaddou has an easier job. Is what you're saying. Against an injured Sundowns.
Yes.
Meaning we should be taking advantage of that.
Yeah.
But he's still in a difficult position. Yeah, bo? He's already done so much. I think he's putting up a good effort. If we don't win the league now, let it be because of Sundowns and not because of us. And the reason why I'm saying that is that let's not be the ones that are going to be dropping points. Yeah, bo? Let it be Guti Sundowns, Ishama 5-0, 6-0 ngale. Rather than for us to be like, because you can't be level on points with Sundowns, lose the league from where we are now. I'm sure we're all hopeful, and then still call this guy a loser. Whereas he did his job. He got the team. You can't get the guys to score goals. That's something you can't do. How many goals? How many opportunities do these guys create?
Yo, in a game more than 5.
Must he now get in the pitch and get niggas to score? You can't, right? But in terms of domination, Paris dominates every game that they play. You know what I mean?
True.
So I would say, Guti, it can't be a bad season, especially for his first season. Allow the guy to build, because you got him Apollos, but he's working with Apollos for the first time. You got him Muremi, but he's working with Muremi for the first time. And these are guys that are playing for Pirates, one of the biggest clubs in the country, for the first time. It's their first derby. It's their first season. You understand? So how much can you get out of that situation? If he wins the league, he has overachieved. It's not a matter of, I was supposed to. If he wins the league from this position that he's in now, he's overachieved. He has done more than what we thought he was going to do in the first 2 games when you said Magahambi. He has done more.
I did say,
yeah. You know what I mean? He's already overachieved in Jam. How many clean sheets? How much domination? Yes, we lost to Keswick Stars. It's okay. It happens. Happens to the biggest clubs in the world. You know, where FA Cup, you go, oh, okay, what happened there?
We didn't even have to win it, to be honest.
You know what I mean? It's okay. We've won 2 trophies, bro. Carling Cup, which has evaded us. He's overachieved, bro. Let him try go for the league manager, but you can't say if he loses the league, he's not the guy for Pirates. I've seen him be the guy for Pirates, man. It's not like we can be entitled to 2 trophies a season. Yes, Rivero kind of got us there, but it's not easy, Buffet. You're playing against 15 other teams that want the same thing. It's not easy.
You've played football.
Showcase.
You know what it's like, defend, and you also know what it's like to have a solid defensive structure that protects you as an attacker. Gents, when I lose the ball, I'm counting on you.
Yeah.
Whether I count or anything. You look at someone like Ubodlela, Sibisi. Bambiza umbobo. Hey, bega. Yonke lento le khona la bamthela ngayo. Costed Bafana kuyafkhona if you're being honest. The second goal in Cameroon, he costed Bafana Bafana. You look at how he's played for Orlando Pirates, solid, umnani, but he has a lot of mistakes and is very clumsy, and he's made it to the preliminary squad yaga Hugo Bruce Konamanje. You look at a player like that, when Ngawe, what have you made of Sibisi for Orlando Pirates and the national team? Is it a player that we need for Orlando Pirates for us to win the league? Or is he one of the few players laba maninga amachance ukuthi singadliwa because umbobo bazotabla, but then Mamelodi Sundowns takes the league through him?
It would be good if he was a little more comfortable under pressure, especially on the ball. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we have to give him the respect which he kept in. You know, there's something that the coach sees in him. Maybe it's Ngaibun. And the Tina Masbona at the ball playing, we can be very critical. And hence what happened at Orlando on Wednesday, where people start getting on his back, you know. It's not easy. If I ask you, you know, how many people don't make mistakes? You know, how many defenders don't make mistakes? Defenders are the defense is the one place where if you make a mistake, you get punished, right? We've been fortunate enough to not get punished with any of the mistakes working. You know what I mean? Hardly so. Anyway, you know, I hear what you're saying about AFCON. I can't really recall, but I think you're not gonna get a talent like Mbogazi just out of nowhere. You know,
yeah, what a loss.
Don't be spoiled. You know, you had Mbogazi. Okay, cool. You know, he's gone. But don't expect the next guy that's gonna come in. He must truly fill his shoes.
Yeah.
Ability is something else in it. You know, BC has more experience, but you feel like Mbogazi is special. You know? He is a special player. It's not every day you're gonna get Mbogazi.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like fans just gotta be patient with BC and actually trust him. You know, if they trust him more, he can actually do more.
Yeah, now he's
but
done
if you
more.
take that confidence away from him,
yeah,
then you're gonna expose the insecurities that he has. You know, so when he traps the ball, akasasabi opponent usabanina manje. If I make a mistake here, you know what I mean. So if players can have the confidence from the fans to say, Koala, I was at Orlando. I remember Nemtajela was warming up.
Yeah,
and the first response of the fans around me, they were complaining, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But then there was this shift immediately where they were like, this is not going to help. This is what we're doing now is not going to help. And you just hear them cheering him on immediately. They literally changed their minds. They were like, if he is going to go on, must he go on with the memory of Guti Veles Tangangi? But at the end of the day, uzongena. Do you get my point?
Yeah.
So that shift where you start applauding a player instead of okay, cool. Lo angimfili, so I'm not going to give him the same energy as I give the other players. It's also wrong because that hurts the player's confidence. If you want him to perform, that's not the way to get the best out of him.
I know, Nyakuza, but I guess I'm just one of those crazy fans. Laba one mistake, makaphume, makahambe. There's something like I want to paint you a bit of a scenario. Ne? You have an artist. Let's just use rap as an example. You get signed to a record label. Mabak sign nagle record label lena maybe let's cut to sas dropela ma mixtape nanan boshi. Sa song is like yo bafe to touchline. Then you get signed to a record label. Once you sign to that record label is then like a touchline aside. Skip album yaga Forbes. Skip album yaga George. Skip album yaga Banban. And you're there, right? These people shine bahambe by elsewhere. Now they global. Someone else comes in bam pusha elsewhere. The reason I'm painting this scenario is because I want to talk about Kabelo Dlamini. Longest serving player at Orlando Pirates right now. Was there. Orlando Pirates. He played no Happy Chele, this guy. Played no Innocent Maela. Played no Mulenga. Played no Shonga. Played no Pule. Played no Lodge. He's played with almost every best player that Orlando Pirates has had in like the last 6 years, right? Then Coach Abdeslam Ouaddou comes. Kabelo Dlamini is like the number 10 is Mtimbile because we look out Tito if we roll. Kabelo Dlamini Shalama set piece. He's benched. We get to now the latest stage of the season where Abafit has no chance. We want the league right now. And you have Dion Ho to taking a massive piece. But he's not a specialist like Okabelo Dlamini. You have Mofokeng trying to make those diagonal passes. But shine Okabelo Dlamini. Mfana, what does the future hold for Kabelo Dlamini, Orlando Pirates, and how does he deal with the pressure of constantly sitting on the bench and seeing all Ozone Apollo who has less than a season shining? Sakako Bafana, Muremi, less than a season. Bafana, Mofokeng, a guy that you probably groomed from TDC. Sagatatene line Apiako. How does he deal with the kind of pressure?
You have to rise to the occasion. You don't have a choice. You know what I mean? You have to rise to the occasion because football is not linear. It's not a case where because I've played before, I'll always play. You know, there was an interview where I saw where it was Tito was saying, Utiko was saying, Uti, hey man, he knew Mshishi's gonna take his position. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
So that's why he had to go to training and also fight because you can see with layers and but you know, if Tito gets phased out, and I'm it's not really the same situation, but if Tito gets phased out and Mshishi comes in. As a fan base, can you complain?
Oof. That's a tough one. No, I wouldn't complain. Result,
you know what I'm saying? And I'm not comparing it to the Dlamini situation, but in a way I am, Kancane, and I'll give you other instances. And this is very, very prevalent with Pep Guardiola. You know, when I came here, I was wearing a Ronaldinho shirt. That was like the GOAT.
Yeah.
Pep comes in, and he says, actually, Ronaldinho, Deco, we are selling you. When Ronaldinho was hot.
No, yeah, Tor.
At City, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, even at City, especially.
He started at Barcelona, then did it at City.
100%. Now, it's in Boozer, yeah. If you're a Barca fan and you lose Ronaldinho, but then you go on to have that Barcelona, how do you feel?
Ish.
Do you want
results?
Do you want your favorite player to stay there, or do you want your team to really be like?
Hey, there's results, man. So, bragging right.
Yeah, I understand. So I'm not saying Dlamini that's what's going to be the case. I don't think that's going to be the case. I hope not because he's a quality player. You know. So when you clip it, gents, also add this part, ne, where I'm saying Dlamini is a quality player. I've seen him. Yeah, I understand that left foot is educated and fit. I just hope he rises to the occasion from a confidence point of view and from the I'm gonna fight to be in this team point of view. We don't know what's happening in the background. We don't know what's been said, what's been done. But I mean, I really hope Guti he sees his value in fit on some. You know what? I can fight for his starting that because at the end of the day, he actually can.
Yeah.
You know, you can't look at the lineup and say, "Hi, I can gain that." You can see it happening. But it's gonna require a lot from him in training also. The coach needs to see which I can't go to war without the soldier. So I hope Guti that's what's gonna happen with him.
We have Rumor has it we have He's gone. So next season amabhakabhaka wakhohle ngathi Chiefs ifuna ukudopa la yena noMabasa, but obviously so skipper masesifikile isikhathi sakhona.
Okay, cool.
Before singena ku music, last talking point yebholo, ngifuna sikhuluma ngeMaster Chef. We've seen him go Super Sport. Mfethu, what a player. We've even had Sibisi athi when he left Pirates Super Sport, athi now he got there ngekhanda elikhulu ukuthi ngisoka Pirates, who can challenge me here. Usipho Mbule was just coming up at the time. Base Jimini, Usipho Mbule uphethe ibholo, bamthipha amajita ukuthi le ntwana leya approach with caution. Yabo? Athi Sibisi izoyenzana ntwana le. Aya lapha ngepressure bamshangiza kamrimi. Awela pants. And when he woke up, he's like, what's your name? Sipombule amjet na mfana. We are faring a diski. Plays la pagu Super Sport and Notebuko Mukwena dominate the midfield, and then Mamelodi Sundowns draws interest. Obviously Mukwena leaves first. Then Rulani is like, I need this guy. Under Rulani, we see a different Sipombule. Very flamboyant player. Bully in that midfield. Shama pass. When's his into Zimnandi. And then obviously Gunama behavior issues. Alright? Continues to play well. So much so ukuthi Chiefs ne Pirates bala amakhosi bathi amfuna amabhakabhaka bathi samfuna. And one thing about the Orlando Pirates I like is that Orlando Pirates ihlezi winner. When there's a race for a player, don't race no Orlando Pirates, because Orlando Pirates zokambela phambili simthathu Sipombule. He comes on pre-season mnandi, first 2 games udlala kahle, is back kubafana bafana. Hugo Bruce uzukhuluma ngayo ukuthi no, Sipo's definitely going to the World Cup, which is another thing that we can question with Hugo Bruce, because we say Sipo's definitely going to the World Cup. It's only up to him now, right? Adlale kahle mnandi, then comes AFCON. Sabona, there's a bit of a dip in performance now. Sipombule is not rising to the occasion. We come back after AFCON. He hasn't played. He's only played 1 game. La ngena khona second half against the TTM or shy goal. Bamthuka abantu bamhlasela umntana abantu. He's not playing now, Orlando Pirates.
Yeah.
Rumor is that he's injured. But recently simbonile adlala, unless ulimele Jimmy. Is Sipombule moving to Orlando Pirates the right decision for him? Or should he have at least considered a move to Chiefs? Chiefs doesn't have a player like him. Chiefs doesn't have players at all, if anything. Kuba way star lapha ku Chiefs. Kuba way wenza izinto zenzeka. Nanoma bathi echimini abshayile, Chiefs are going to be forced to say ntwana sicela uyeke but continue playing. But Pirates doesn't need him. Pirates, Chiefs, AP mfanela kakhulu.
Yeah. Good question. Pirates. Because to be the best, you have to play with the best. I'm not saying Chiefs. I think we can say that Chiefs is not currently the best.
No, they definitely not. Yeah,
you know. But I think him playing for Pirates also increased his chances of playing a squad dini, because you're playing for a dominant team, a team that's going for titles. You are able to shine. You know what I mean? You are able to shine, and also the reason why he went to squad dini is because he wasn't sitting on the bench for Pirates.
Yeah.
Yes, there was a rotation where sometimes you'd introduce him later, but a lot of the games he would start. I think it was a good move for him to be at Pirates. It was also a good move from Pirates to bring him in there. It's been exciting. Up until after AFCON, it's been exciting.
Yeah.
The whole Sipombule project has been exciting. You know what I mean? So asazi ukuthi what the reasoning is, or what the reason is manje ukuthi singasambona dlala yabo. Mhlawumbe ulimele ngempela. I heard the coach mentioning ukuthi he's coming back in the post-match interview. Mbule is going to come back. We are all waiting for that. You know what I'm saying? It can only make the team stronger. You know what I mean? But he doesn't have to start for a Pirates. On some days, we might need him to come manage the game. Because that was my first experience with him with Sundowns. Near Loftus, I didn't know who it was. I didn't know who Sipombule was. I remember after that game, because you can just see his quality in Fetu with his first touch. You're like, this guy is good. You know what I mean? But Urulani was using him to come and manage the game. Slow the thing down. Slow the whole thing down. Bule was that guy. You know what I mean? Sometimes I feel like they're playing him out of position. You know what I mean? I feel like I can offer more, a little further back in the pitch and allow him to drive forward as opposed to playing with the goal behind him. Do you understand? Because yes, he's got the vision. He's got 4 eyes. We all know Sipombule has 4 eyes. But sometimes you need him to see the whole pitch, because that's where he's going to give you the most value. It's tough. The 10 position, for Rele to be able to operate in that position, when you don't see who's behind you, it's very difficult. But they're doing it. So I think it was a good decision for him. It upped his chances. I still do hope that he goes to the World Cup because he is a different caliber of player. He's one of those guys that just don't lose the ball, and we need that. You know what I mean? So I hope Uguti, we can still see him at the World Cup, you know, but it's going to take a big effort from him too to be like, okay, the experience here, AFCON, was tough. It was tough. You're playing against physical, fast people. Yeah, well, I need to match up to that level. Yeah, well, if Master Chef can have that mentality, fit.
Zoshu. Pirates, Saitata, Sitati Lilik.
No, that's the most difficult question you've asked me. Because even though I want them to, they are playing against a team in a pedigree. You're a winner. How many seasons in a row?
8. Under who? Because this current guy looks like Uyos will fumble.
Okay.
This current guy looks like he's going to fumble their chances of winning the league or defending it.
Okay. You've got Williams. Grant Kekan. I know he's not playing as much. Ober Mudiba. Themba Zwane. Right? You've got Allende. Ne? I'm cooking. You've got Budao. Right? You've got Shalulile. Probably on the bench now, but you've got Shalulile.
Dibs.
How can I forget Mrembula?
Yeah.
How many leagues have they won?
Ish. Yeah.
Mjelo ukuthi wena ne. Phethele coach. Engathi awukho sure ngayo. But you still have those players that have won the league before. Do you think wena bazoba grand ngokuthi namhlanje ngeke sibagaye yonke into la? Jayam, sometimes ne, when niggas have done something so much, they will be able to do it again. Regardless of because the coach is not the one that plays, bro. Yabo umshishi no Tebza mabase grounding. Khohlwa coach. Khohlwa ukuthi nokuthi ku left ya outside, ku right it's a new guy. Khohlwa ilogo. You've got guys that have won the league before. Guys that you can't dispossess of the ball. What do you think they're gonna do?
So Mamelodi Sundowns is taking it.
I don't know, but I'm just saying, Guti, Leo Kuluma, your coach, it's not gonna be the reason why they don't win. If they don't win, it will just be because
luck was on Pirates' side.
And maybe football. Just football. You can lose at any time. You can lose against anyone.
Bet no. Yeah, Pirates Sundowns.
Yeah.
Is it a wise bet? Me putting my money 1,000.
It's a good bet.
It's a good bet.
It's a good bet.
Can I put my grill on that?
I can even say what? You know what I'll say? Nobody can put their girl on that bet. Not even Sundowns fans. That's how close it is. So last year, yeah. Last year, Begazoba very, very comfortable in the show. Maramanja akekho sure. Mbuzi akekho sure.
Uminyile naye la khona.
No, mina minye. Phela kusasa iPirates ilane swelele. They set the pace if they win. Then Sundowns, it's Sundowns' turn to play catch up. It's not easy, Wafit. Leo Shandi's la.
Yeah.
It's not easy, you know. We felt it manje when we were playing against Richards Bay, knowing that Sundowns had won their game. Jam. Last year, because he's got his 1,000 rand in the bag. And your chick. Right? But now it's not the same thing, bro. And he knows it. He's not even a Sundowns fan. But he knows it. He knows it, Guti. This is the season where Pirates really looks good. You know where they look good? The opposition doesn't get to have much of the ball. It's never 50-50 when you play against Pirates. You kind of know that they're going to get the result because they resemble Sundowns a lot when it comes to that. Against Richards Bay, it was a little tricky. Don't know Tamachita, maybe they didn't get enough sleep or what, but the first 10 minutes was shaky.
Yeah.
Last 10 minutes was shaky. You know what I mean? But at some point, the pedigree prevails. Yeah, I understand. And only 2 teams in the country have that. Sundowns and Pirates. Where you know, Guti, they can start off shaky, but they're going to get control of the game. You know what I mean? Yeah, if it's so ish. I don't want to put my head on the block and make a prediction as a Pirates fan if we need to Pirates to win a league. but it's going to be very difficult. You know, you have to be humble enough to say that it's going to be difficult. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still think iPirates yayithatha. Bafethu ngikuzwela ubhlungu mawungena matric awuzokhulunywa ngabo pedigree, khuluma ngabo prevail.
And akusukudla kwezinja.
Akusukudla mara sofaka ama subtitle khona lapho ngoba ngiyazi ukuthi khona nje isilungu sinokuthi sithi sele. Let's talk about you being a rapper, bro. Soccer player, transition.
I'm also that.
Dude. Not only I'll give it to you, Yalazi, because as in Kuluma now, you sound like someone who didn't just play it, but someone who Timagay are we begging Jongumunto Begela last first level with the Pirates? I told you 3 point. You analyze the result and you analyze the performance. So we are Kulum. You being a rapper, it's so riding.
2000 and I think people don't know this because maybe I don't say it enough. 2003, you know, John Cena comes out, guns blazing, wearing a baggy top, takes it off, he spits bars. You understand? You remember when he used to diss his opponents, bars. It'd always be like 6 lines, bro. He'd always do it. I'm like, and that's how I started rapping. I was like, that's what rap is. So I started writing 6-liners like that. And every second line would be a punchline because that's the break, right? You have the lead up and then you have the second bar where you hurt them. Then you have the lead up to the next line and you hurt that person. Lead up, last line, hurt that person. Crowd goes, woo! And that's what I thought rap was. That's exactly how I started rapping. And then I got into it so much because I never say this enough either. It was a white girl that I went to school with. Her name was Nikki Janse van Vieren. Nikki Janse van Vieren.
Berkeboki. Baba Bizan, Berkeboki.
Bro, that girl could rap. I don't even know how, as an Afrikaans girl, she was rapping like that. That
Rapping
girl
in
was
English.
In English. Bro, I don't know how. And she used to write her own rhymes. I don't know. I know it sounds crazy, but she was so fire that it used to hurt me. Like, how could you be so good?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Ngapha wingamla.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But obviously it was, Eminem era. So I think a lot of people like that got into it because of that. And I think her brothers were Eminem fans and rappers too. You know? Very rare, but like it happened. And I was like, damn, this girl's so dope. It's actually so crazy. Like, and she kind of like set the standard in terms of what I knew a rapper can be, because I was happy with my John Cena lines. I know I'm to share my flow, baba.
Yeah.
Interchanging. I'm like, how? You know what I mean? I fast forward, I get into it. Damn, I can't believe I just remembered that, man.
Crazy, bro.
Yo, Nikki Janse van Vieren. Yo, I hope she's watching this. And then I got into a little bit of Eminem, big time.
Yeah.
Then I became a music fan, you know. Usher was dropping Confessions at the time. Eminem Show was out. Kanye West was coming up, you know. I remember the first song was Welcome Back by Mace. I was like, this is so dope.
Welcome back. We know you like that.
Welcome back. Right? And when he did those raps, I remember I used to have the cassette. Rewind, write the rap. Rewind, write. I used to know how to rap the whole song. Then I got into Kanye West. And now, when I actually think about it, that's probably why a lot of my beats have samples. Kanye West used to drop a lot. Toy Soldiers by Eminem was my favorite song. That was a sample. Welcome Back had a sample. Vocal sample. You know? And I was like, when I listen to my music now, I'm like, a lot of my music is like that. Melodic in terms of the beat selection, very melodic, very musical, and izo wana sample. Into ngicabanga way after, like, it's something I thought about recently. I was like, so that's where that stems from. That's always been the music that I liked. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And that's how I started. And then I got into Pro Kid after that. And I decided, you know what, that's probably the person that I want to be like. yeah, and then I just started doing everything like pro.
So there was a time where I think from 2013 all the way until 2019, it was SA hip hop. Amapiano was just on the rise at that time. It was SA hip hop young pega, aka dominating the charts. Ricky Rick, Cash Time Life, Wonku Muntu. What has the death of aka no Ricky Rick? What impact has their death had on hip hop? Because actually, I too, a lot of us are like, gents, siang up. It's Teyano's time, because these are the two gents who would make a nigga feel bad from transitioning from hip hop to piano. Especially AKA, he'd make you feel bad. He'd make you feel bad for that, because he was about the culture like that, and he made sure South African rap stays up there. So, what impact has Ukshona Kwala Bantu Lababoitu had in hip hop, according to you?
It's like Argentina losing Messi in the World Cup final. Yeah. The 5th minute of the World Cup final. Then Argentina loses Messi to an injury. Yeah, that's what it's like. But now it's not just 90 minutes, is it? It's forever.
Yeah.
So then who do you think can come and win you the game? Yeah, but like one. Who was the glue? Who was putting it all together? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I felt about Ricky. That's how I felt about Keenan too. Yeah. So the impact is actually incredible if you think about it, because you can just see that the kind of like arrogance that they had. None of us have that. We don't have it. We don't have that assurance that Ricky had, Uti. Yeah, if I do it, then it's gonna get done. We don't have it. You understand?
Yeah.
And also to be like, I'm so confident in myself that I'm so happy to put someone else on, because I'm secure. I'm secure, Uti. I'm Ricky Rick. So I don't mind shining the light on these other kids. I'm Ricky. You know? Part of why I'm here is to keep on giving. You know? I don't think a lot of people have that. A lot of people have that, shit, if I put him on, he has a rental. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think with them, especially with Ricky, he was like that. With Keenan, you need, Keenan was more like Ronaldo. I think that's why he was his favorite player. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, you know, I always find parallels between football and music. When Ronaldo went to Madrid, he was 24, if I'm not mistaken. What business does a 24-year-old have going to the biggest club in the world and saying, Guti, I am now going to be the guy? Think about it. He's 24. In front of 90,000 people weekly.
I'm the one.
That's
celebration.
What reference did Keenan have for him to come and be that arrogant? Like, what reference did he have of his own abilities for him to come and be like, yeah, I'm him? Abanye abantu special nje I am. You understand? Keenan was also special in that regard. You know? From a talent point of view, I would say from a talent point of view, Keenan was talented, was good talented, but his arrogance made him remarkable. His arrogance made him goated.
Yeah.
Same can be said for Ronaldo. You know what I'm saying? Talent, arrogance made him. That's when someone believes in themselves, bro, they can become anything that they want to become. And I saw that from Keenan. That's why I need to, what reference did he have to go like, actually, I'm in this rap game, but I'm in Sabi no. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What makes you think that? It can only be because God has planted something special in you. Like, that thing is like, it's almost supernatural. It's not something that you develop. I'm sure his parents would tell you, let be so in a 5. He was like this at 5 years old.
Always been great.
It's planted in you. So you've lost 2 very, very special people. You know what I mean? Double HP pro kid, we lost them. But they had a little bit of a humility. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
And humility can kind of like hold you back. It can take you everywhere, but it can also make you go, ish. can I go rap alongside Jay-Z? Maybe we don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's humility. That's reality. I'm blind, you know? I've got a lot of that where I'm like, I don't have the arrogance as much as I should have. Because with a little bit more of that, you can go further. You know what I mean? So that's why there was the WHP, there was a pro, and they did just enough for people like Ricky and Keenan to go, hell, we're not starting from here anymore. We're starting from where Pro and WHP left it. So how much further can we go? You get what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And now there's you guys that are obviously taking it to the next level. Now in comes the Yanos. And then you have a lot of people who came into the game as hip-hop niggas. Then they transition from hip-hop to the Yanos. So much so that I need to eat. Right? I need to eat the fast for the rest of my life. You know? And then there's someone like you, Buyekasi, well-spoken. Personally, I rate you top 5. New school niggas in terms of ukrepa. You went Parupa, no ginger trill. No one does that. Like no one does that.
Shout out to my nigga Trill.
No one does that.
A lot of people say that. A lot of people say that.
You know what I mean, bro?
That should tell you everything about ginger trill. So
yeah, that makes you special. If you guys ukibela nanale, then that's when you know, right? Yeah, la baba repair from abu full clip, abu scoop basa. You know, that's when they've been doing it. Why not transition to the Yanos? Because you have Ikasi Flay, you have rap. You can take what you're doing in hip hop and infuse it with what you know from a Timbisa. Oskai hit nyana one raise you to the piano. Have you ever considered the move to piano?
The problem is when it starts being labeled as a move too. Because a move 2 is a move away. It's a move away from hip hop.
You're rapping now.
You know? It's labeled as that, and the fans take it as that. They don't take it as Umbule can move from 10 now it's 8. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
He's still a footballer.
He's still a footballer, right?
Yeah.
But no, I'm fans that why 10 some fun. That's what happens in hip hop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know where that comes from, but it limits a lot of their favorite artists. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not the reason why I'm not maybe perhaps doing Iyanos, because I've done it. It's just that, you know, things didn't happen or came out or whatever. Because you're right, rap is slogish, so why would I not go on genre is slogish?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But for me, I think luckily I found an audience, an active audience in hip hop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very active. My audience is very active, bro. Like, I'm very fortunate, Uguti. I've got people that listen to me religiously, and it's never made me feel under pressure, because they're the ones that put money in my pocket. They allow me to keep on just serving them. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
You know, always reference it to Ipola. If Orlando Stadium has the same 40,000 people coming every weekend, it's still a win.
Whether go 45, as long as Baga's Uktola le 40 tower, it's
100%. It's a win. And that's the position that I feel like I'm in right now. Like, I'm doing well. I'm happy. I get to make the music that I want, that is true to me, and that speaks to the people in the capacity at which I wanted to speak to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I will never I'll never be someone else in my music.
But
you get me?
Yeah.
I think you from listening to my music and chilling with me, you can kind of can be like, it's the same guy though. You know what I mean? It's the same guy. Like, so as long as it's authentic to me, I'll do it. I'll try it. Which I believe piano is actually more authentic to us than well, no, actually, I'm wrong. I don't think piano is more authentic to me. You know what I mean? For me to do it, you know, it's maybe more authentic for me to rap. That's authenticity, because you're doing you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like It's authentic to South Africans, and I'm authentic to South Africans. So why don't I? Do you get me? Why don't I just do it and have fun with it? So it's not a thing. It's not a decision that I made. I'm never gonna do piano. No, you know, about Tyler, about mass music, mabang biza studio no
Yeah.
share something and you know, yeah.
But I guess also one of the reasons Nami, if I was a rapper, I'd be loyal to SA hip hop is because only South Africa has that identity, hip hop, where we can call it SA hip hop. Everywhere else is just hip hop. So it means
that's crazy.
Nati was peeling that way to go to in South Africa. This is how you rap, and this is how South Africans consume rap. Let's talk about Ama beef in rap, you know, because Forbes and I debate a lot. Ama beef, right? I mean, of course, J. Cole, first person shooter mode. I understand. Obabiza boy 3, which is so great. It's like we started a league.
Yeah.
And then Lenyo ayazang it. Yeah, nah, fuck a big 3, nigga. It's just big me. Yeah. And then obviously, go by Nippy, figure show, and then J. Cole taps out.
Yeah.
What do you think of a rapper that taps out of your beef? Is it wise of him? Do you lose your street cred? If a rapper pokes you now, are you forced? I have to respond as a rapper. I can't just sit back and keep quiet. Does that make J. Cole enyinto other than what we know him for? Does he take away from his greatness as a rapper?
I feel like I know what your opinion is based on just based on me chilling with you for 2 hours.
Yeah,
I know what your opinion is.
Yeah,
Ouaddou begmela vaya according to you, right? Nesting strike hongasfuni, awufuni nokumgaya Grace. I know that you think J. Cole messed up. I can just see from chilling with you for 2 hours. Now chilling with me for 2 hours, what do you think I think?
Well, demeanor yako, the energy yako, you're someone that's always like, nah bro, the energy is more important than what everyone else thinks. And as long as the 40,000 yam will continue to listen to my music, you thinking J. Cole was right. Save the brand yake, save the image yake ajazini. I'm not about that life. I'm gonna just push my music. Hopefully I'm wrong.
Well, hopefully you'll get my point of view. So when if you come out and you say something about, let's say Oled Lam, right? It takes a certain kind of person to return that energy to you. Someone else might not have it in them to say the same thing about your mom. Do you get my point?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Kendrick no Drake is fana. And that's where it is. That's where the beef was initially. So Cole was actually like, this is not my battle. Like, why am I even in here? I mess with both these guys. Why am I even in here? You know, the problem is hip hop has its own standards and expectations. And if you live by those standards, because it was never built on positivity. Hip hop was never built on positivity. We lost probably two of the most iconic figures to gun violence. Pac and Biggie both died because gangs were shooting each other from rap beefs and beef in the streets. If you are a parent, is that an environment that you want your kid to be in? And this is coming from a rapper. So I understand what Cole did, right? I understand what Cole did because he put himself as a human first in that situation. And he risked everything, bro. He risked his whole credibility. You know what I'm saying? To save himself. Yeah, bro? From just a human point of view. Now, people want to see blood. People want to see, you know, that's what they want to see. But it's like, but these are the guys that want to kill each other. So why am I in here? And he says, actually, Kendrick, I came out and Because he did that, right? Came out and he fought, and he's like, well, actually, like, let's go. And then he's like, actually, I'm sorry. Right? Because it's just not in me to do that to you, regardless of what you said about me. There are people like that exist. But Fetu, Ningas, don't hold us by the standards of rap. You know what I mean? Don't hold us on my standards with hip hop. It's not a positive thing. It doesn't move the world forward. You know? We call our sisters bitches. You understand? The only genre that does that, by the way. Call our sisters bitches. We rap about hurting you, guns. You know, I'll take your bitch. I'll kill you. My shooters are outside on the block. You know what I mean? We rap about cocaine, alcohol. What genre are we in? Oh, and if you want to be political, they say you're corny. Oh, if you want to say good stuff on songs, oh no, he's corny. What kind of world are we living in? Like, is that the kind of like, this is what it is. This is what we in. You know what I mean? I don't drink, I don't smoke, bro. But like, I'm a rapper though. You know, hardly cuss on my music, but I'm a rapper though. I've been given the gift of rapping. It's just that I choose to talk about something different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the problem that we have, Konamanje. It's not about talent anymore. Because the beef wasn't one on talent. It was never one on talent.
What was it one on?
It was one on who can find the most dirt on the person and be the most creative on a song about it. Yeah, that's the beef. Bro, they were both digging dirt on each other to come on, bro. What? Is that rap beef? Because that has nothing to do with skill.
Yeah, I know.
From a skill point of
It's
view.
a journalism beef. Yeah.
Everybody can decide who's better as a rapper. You know what I mean? Everybody can decide. If we were all being friendly, Cole can then come in and say, Yazin, I'm here to play. But I'm not going to talk about your kid, Drake. I'm not going to talk about your wife, Kendrick. So count me out, actually. And you know what? That's probably the position I would take.
And that's the wisest position. That's the wisest position.
Bro, like, J. Cole can drive around in his, is it a Hyundai? It's a Honda Civic, right? He can do that and meet fans. Drake and Kendrick can't do that.
Because it's war out there.
It's war out there. Are you a millionaire?
Not yet.
Not yet. Sometimes that's a blessing. Because the moment you become a millionaire, maybe you can't walk any cool way. Yours bambeli coffee. Maybe you have to have two guys in the car watching you. That's trying to take you out. You feel me?
I feel you.
Yeah. So sometimes the person that you are, bro, that's just the person that you need to be. Because kuyafana nje uzozama ukuyenzani lapha uthukane nabantu ungasuki umuntu uthuka abantu. And those things live forever, bro. That song will live forever. You know, when your kid is 16, they're like, yo, daddy, you used to speak like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now you have to
mommy used to do that. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have those standards for women, but much for rappers, you guys don't have the same standards. It's like, I was telling Forbes, I kind of took a break from making music a little bit, and I just explored my other interests, like Itiski, having fun talking about Itiski, playing it. Sometimes I also like to get away from like the toxicity of the whole sport that we're in.
Yeah.
You
Very
know?
toxic, eh?
Very toxic.
Yeah.
You know?
And we love the...
Yeah, that's what we love.
We're there for it.
That's what we care about.
We're here to debate. Mina for mina mnandi, fina for mina akekho mnandi. I guess it's izinto zokukhuluma. But with what you're saying, at the end of the day, we must just know ukuthi abantu nabo laba.
100%, dog. Imagine abantu sababukela ibhola, but not for ibhola itself. Then it takes the fun away from everything. Allow Ronaldinho to just like smile the whole game. No, he must be more fierce. No, bro, let the guy smile, dog. This is what he wants to do. Let him smile, bro. He wants to play football. No, he needs to be like Ramos, because that's what we want in hip hop. We want blood. But then there's no space for a Ronaldinho. There's no space for a Neymar. If in favor all the time.
So let's push manje go to Sivale. Before I let you go, top 5 rappers in SA, top 5 America. And where do you rank yourself in the top 10?
Top 5 in America, in hip hop. I can do it as much as top 5. It's like, why do I gotta have a top 5?
You have to.
I'm very much against this genre, Yami. Well, you want them to be current?
Up to you.
You see, the thing about the list is that it will always change because some days you like someone else more than you like the other one, you know. And if you're ever rigid, then how good of a listener are you? Like, do you actually give people time?
Yeah,
you know. But I think, Pro still number 1. Probably forever be number 1.
Thank you, son.
It might not be in the right order, but like, you know, everybody else is interchangeable. La Paguma,
Bottom 4.
you know, yeah. You see, because also nuanced, because much, you know, it's about lyrical ability, it's about the impact.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Keenan was top 5. I think Westa's top 5. I think KO's top 5. I think Nasty C's top 5.
America.
And then there's guys like Kid X, there's guys like Aries, there's guys like I might not remember everybody, but those are Ginger Trill. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but it's
yeah,
you know?
Yeah,
exactly, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's difficult.
Like,
yeah.
I've been reminded of how dope Trill is. Ginger Trill, I was reminded when I worked with him. I was like, I'll tell you, lay blind. You know what I mean? He blind. So he can make it into my top 5. You know what I mean? Internationally, probably, I know Drake is in there. I know Eminem is in there. I know Jay-Z is in there. Kanye West. Yeah, but with Leo, I see how time bars, but Kanye West is top 2 for me, by the way. Yeah, Kanye West is probably top 2 for me. Oh, Cole.
Come on.
Yeah, Cole.
J. Cole.
Yeah. Yeah, so on another day, maybe we can get no munye, pumo munye.
Yeah, Kendrick, you get no pum.
Top 10, maybe.
Top 10.
Yeah. K Dot for me he'll be top 10, but he hasn't been one of my favorite rappers. Yeah, he was Good Kid, Mad City. To Pimp a Butterfly, here and there, but I related more to Good Kid, Mad City just from an approach point of view. I thought, wow, what a remarkable artist. And then he's just started not making music for me necessarily, as his career went on.
Started trapping a lot.
Yeah, and then other guys made music that spoke to me more.
But Kendrick back in the days, top 5. Good Kid, Mad City, Kendrick, top 5.
For that era, he was top 5, definitely.
All right.
At that time, yeah.
I feel you, bro. When was rank up, go top 10, like South Africa?
Yo,
I say top 10 because you are in the top 10.
Lyrically, I put myself very high.
Top 5.
Yeah, my rap ability, I put myself very high. Yeah,
I put you top 3.
Appreciate that, man.
I put you top 3, especially Maspega, the new Asanabum rapper. Honestly, everyone is trying to sound alike. But what makes you stand out besides your bars and your lyrical ability is the fact that ukhuluma nami as a South African before you can talk to me as a rap audience. Whereas a lot of people, I've listened to enough J. Cole. Mang is a Kai, I don't want another J. Cole. Yabo, I've heard enough Kendrick. When I come home, I don't want another Kendrick, which is what made Abo Ricky and Abo Keenan special to say, dude, colored but I can relate, you know, and then Ricky Kulumanati. So I'll put you in the top 3.
I appreciate it, man. Cause now, Yabo, it's like I said, it's layered, man. You know, because there's a lot of things that I feel like I'm good at from a rap point of view that I feel maybe that artist is better at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At something else, for instance. But when it comes to, you know, probably like subject matter storytelling and the ability to play with words and the sincerity in the music, the connection to the people, I rate myself very high because there's not many artists that I listen to that I connect to in the way that some of my fans connect to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why I always play music yakdala, because I connect more to these guys. Yeah, I understand. Abekho ba abantu banga dropa manje ngithi oh, I have to hear that. Bambalo nje mabos Java. You know, Java's a guy when he drops, hey, I have to go hear that because I connect to him a little more.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
I think I know your other favorite artist, Amos.
Come on, abanye abantu bayabhala la ngaphandle mfethu. You know, Amos, come on. There's a few, you know, there's Java, there's Amos, there's Tato Hati. I really like what she does. Yeah, Black Diamond. You know, Daniel Dev's dropped a bang of an album right now. I really love that. These are the questions should be asked. Don't ask me about hip hop only. You know, there's music out there, you know, but like, yeah, I really appreciate Fitu what the other genres are doing. When Kabza drops, I want to hear it. And the 3-step guys, bro. When they drop, I want to hear it.
Yeah,
you know? You know what I appreciate about other genres? Even the subject matter is South African. And I feel like we lose that kancane in hip hop. Because South Africa is a very spiritual nation. But which rapper actually speaks about anything like that?
Yeah,
You're going to say he's corny. He must talk about being at drama and at sumo. You know what I mean?
Ngama beef.
Ngama beef or only Hennessy or only izinto zasestratini. But at the end of the day, Abu Kabza can do that and then they're going to give you imitandazo, you know, or abanye abantwana, because that actually is so South African. So I feel like if we as hip hop had the freedom to speak South African, because we think we speak South African because of the lingo. No, what is South Africa actually built on? Take those things, make music about it, and I feel like we can all make SA hip hop great. Yeah, I understand. But if we only want to focus, if we only take the American narrative and try to apply it here, we'll never be there, because we're not in America. Unfortunately, we're just not in America.
Yeah.
Yabo. So maskhuluma ngezinto zase America, you know. I know it's been said to death, but I think ngiyangithola manje bangikhuluma ngokuthi yo uKabza can make a song imithandazo and talk about spirituality. The moment you do that as a rapper, it's like, yeah, you can do one of those, bro, but don't do more than that. Like, that's not what we're here for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're trying to hear the banger. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
yet they make bangers praying where our mothers can actually hear.
And we listen to the groove. Yeah. Forbes, it would be a disservice if I don't ask this question. Ewan fell. What's next for Touchline?
Great question. This is the first time where probably like I don't really know what's next for me. It's the first time I want things to happen organically. It's the first time where I want to just enjoy my life and just be happy doing what I do, man. You know what I mean? Stay healthy, stay fit, and make music on my terms. Not because there's pressure to drop, but make music when I feel like I'm ready to make music, you know? So there's going to be a lot of moments where I'm just going to be living my life, Konamanj, you know? And just focusing on my family, focusing on my friends, focusing on the other dreams that I have and other interests. And then I'll still make music, but I'll make music from indawo ekhululekile. You understand?
100%.
Stop being so heavy with like everything that I talk about. You know, ngifuna ukukhululeka ngikaya abantu umculo omnandi, you know.
Zikip.
Yeah.
Zishek bemnandi. There you have it, bafethu. Touchline uzwakele studio sakhuluma ngediski sakhuluma ngecareer yakhe, and I'm happy because he made the smartest choice of his life. Makafevi Orlando Pirates. Yabona leya team leya ithatha league this season. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share. Tshela wonke umuntu owaziyo ukuthi bheka iMix Masala, music, football, yonke into mnandi sokupensela lapha ku Touchline. So hamba nawe kanje sithi ta shama cross. Thank you, Cyril's breakfast. It's ready for you to eat. Habashu.